Welcome to another episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. Today, we have something new from Old Forester, 1924, Batch 2. This is the Old Forester Whiskey Row Series, second release of the 1924. These are annual releases, 10 years old, 100 proof.
Yep.
This is the first bottle that I've been able to acquire. This will be the second time having it.
Second time?
Yeah, I had some at Lauren's.
Oh, that's right.
A little bit ago. The story on these is, this is obviously a part of the Whiskey Row series.
Mm-hmm.
The Whiskey Row series started with their original recipe back in like 2015, I believe. This is the newest addition to that. Apparently, the story on the 1924 significance is that it's part of their annual limited release, celebrating a milestone in Old Forester's storied history. According to them, during Prohibition, more than 200 distilleries were forced to close. Old Forester, however, continued operation because of the federal government's issue. And they gave out 6 medicinal licenses. Old Forester acquired one of them. In 1924, Old Forester acquired barrels from the closed distilleries with different mash bills and bottled them under the Old Forester brand. And apparently this release commemorates that. So it's a hodgepodge of things is what they're basically trying to tell you. But not exactly. So while this is a new recipe, the old recipe of 1924, or of Old Forester beering, is 72 corn, 18 rye, and 10% malted barley. This new mash bill, quote unquote, is 79% corn, 11% rye, and 10% malted barley, which, if you are familiar with some of the Brown-Forman or previously owned Brown-Forman products, that's the same mash bill as Early Times, now owned by Sazerac.
Yep. So
this is the same mash bill as Early Times. So basically it's
10-year-old Early Times.
A 10-year-old Early Times at the same proof. That being said, let's crack into this thing. What are your thoughts on this guy?
I'm really excited. I think I've had it before, but I can't remember. It's a little expensive.
Yeah, the let's see. SRP on this I think is $115. I feel like we most commonly see it in the 20s, 120 maybe.
Yeah, I think they were. I can't remember how much that one was. I think it was 129 from Total.
I can go on a rant about Total. The only reason I would consider shopping at Total is just because of the lovely Texas whiskeys that I adore. That was a good cork pop.
Cork pop.
Like Balcones, Still Austin, Iron Root, they have them. And that's almost the only way to get it up here in Minnesota, at least. And I know there's a lot of states like that. But they jack up their prices on everything. Midwinters.
Everything. Actually, Midwinters, when I went to go pick up these bottles, it was $159.
That's still $10 more.
Yeah. Okay, so then I went to another store later that day and it was $200.
Yeah, but what was the last year? There was like 160 or something.
No, they were $200 at Total last year.
My point made. Ridiculous.
But they weren't selling.
No, because Total's
because they were $200.
People off. Anyways, back on track to Old Forester. The nose on this. Let's see. Banana
bubblegum.
I can see the influence of bubblegum.
Just a very light.
I'm mostly getting some sort of like banana pudding.
Yeah. Are any of those
caramel drizzled banana sundae?
Ooh. Those pudding cups? Do they have banana flavored ones?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like reminiscent of one of those pudding cups when I was a kid.
The viscosity, at least on the glass, is most impressive. Most impressive. Again, this is 10 years old and 100 proof. One more nose. Nice amount of oak, brown sugar, general spices. Taste?
Let's do it.
You know, not in love with the price, but that taste is pretty darn good.
It's very complex.
It's got so much brown sugar on it. The banana is not really on the palate. Man,
Not as much as I would have expected.
No, I gotta try it again just to get tasty notes. There's like a hint at the beginning of like an anise or like a black licorice.
Black licorice for sure.
And then it goes into brown sugar, oak.
Like a very dark cherry
Yeah, that's a good one.
on the finish. Well, just at the beginning of the finish. A dark cherry. I wouldn't say necessarily like a Luxardo cherry. It's not quite that thick and syrupy,
Yeah.
but just like almost there.
So the spice and the alcohol are playing, I think they're balancing each other out very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not low proof as far as the taste and mouthfeel. And I think it's getting a lot of, it's being bolstered by the oak presence. That's kind of helping it out. Otherwise, I mean, 100 proof is good. That's like that's a start to my butter zone as far as preference on alcohol content. The 1920, I love the 1920 at the proof it's at.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite whiskey row series. I don't know. We'll have to do a blind maybe between the 1910, 1920 and this.
Yeah, we should.
This is pretty great. As much as I don't want to say, I
For
really enjoy this.
115, 120 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it better than some of the other 10-year stuff that we've had?
Being what?
Michter's 10, Eagle Rare.
This might be the same mash bill. I mean, Michter's is getting from Brown-Forman, or most of the 10-year stuff is still sourced from Brown-Forman. We haven't,
Okay.
at least according to rumor, made the change over on their 10-year-old product, but their regular age stuff, they may have well done that.
What about like a Eagle Rare or a Russell's 10?
I was just thinking earlier before recording that we need to do a
10-year
best
flight?
of 10-year flight.
I know we had talked about that a while ago, but we didn't have this
Right.
when we had talked about that.
No, this is pretty. I mean, I think personally this would knock the socks off of most 10-year products.
I think the proof is really, that 100 proof bumps it up just that little bit more than...
Well, because you have, I mean, Russell's 10, 45%. Eagle Rare, 45%.
Yeah.
Michter's 10, 45%.
What a Tin Cup 10?
Oh, yeah, no, it's like 43.
No, I know. I'm just saying another 10-year.
Yeah. The Penelope, perhaps, 9-year estate.
Well, the 10-year, the single barrels, those are 10 years.
We don't have one, though.
No, we don't.
But I'm just saying, like...
The Penelope 9-year.
This, like the Penelope estates might be a comparable proof to age
I don't remember what proof those
and
are.
price. They're like 50.5.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be
Anyways,
interesting.
Yeah. Final thoughts before we go on to grading?
It's got a lot of nice brown sugar on it. And the banana on the nose, I wish it came through more on the palate.
I'm kind of getting in the aftertaste now.
Are you?
The banana. It's like after all the spice, all the richness, it's kind of like a buttery banana pudding at the end.
Man, that's weird. The cherry kind of faded. And it kind of went into more of a banana.
So I'll say this. While I don't really like the pricing that it's at, I would way rather pick one of these up at retail, 115 or 120 or whatever, over the $100 cast strength picks.
Oh, for sure.
That's the little asterisk I would add to it. Way better than the Blue Label cast strength Old Foresters that I've had. And I'd rather get my money for one of these than the cast strength.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna do. Oh, we got to grade it. I thought about this. I think we should do a letter grade. I think that's better.
Okay.
Like it seems more simple.
Sure.
Just
Any
like grade
pluses?
school.
Any pluses, minus?
Yeah, but you can't. No, like A plus. No.
Okay.
All right. Well, no, you do A plus. We'll do A plus.
Okay.
I don't know how you get an A plus. It's extra credit. They would have to give us money.
Maybe the bottle. The bottle design gets you the plus.
No, that's too much. All right. I'll go first. I think it is a B-.
I was gonna say C+.
C+, okay. I'm gonna go with B-. I think it's the whiskey in it is great. Proof, great. Age, I like it. $115.
That's a little rough.
It's a little rough. You know, some people think that they should be at $10 a year, so we're around that.
Yeah.
But that's why my score is a B-. You said C+. You want to give an explanation?
Mostly the price. It's kind of hard to warrant spending that much money on a 10-year when, you know, there is Eagle Rare or...
What does Eagle Rare go for on secondary, though?
Oh, secondary, 60?
Oh, no.
60,
I don't condone secondary.
I've never bought one on secondary, so...
All right. Well, I think that'll do this episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have a recommendation for something you want us to review, let us know, and we'll do our best. We'll see you next time.
Later.